have them and don't look down, because the idea is, especially, okay, and there's two different types of audition. One is for screen and one is for theatre. So let's talk about screen for a second. With your pages in your hand, you don't want to be looking down, because then they can't see your face on the camera. So you want to know your lines. Know your lines as much as possible. Don't worry about it too much if you skip off your lines. Just stay in character. So if you lose your lines, just keep going with the sense of what you're saying, because it just looks wrong. So if I'm talking to you and I suddenly forget what I was saying, it makes an impact and a bad impact on you. But if I'm talking to you and we're talking about auditions, and suddenly I forget we're talking about auditions, but I go into, isn't it nice to be here today anyway, and it's sort of a fluid transition into, then it's not as easily readable. So don't worry too much about the lines if you skip off them. Don't make a big song and dance about it. Just keep going, you know? In film auditions, TV auditions, you've got to remember that you're in a box, you're in a frame. So you want to be very still as you do your audition. You want it to be very still, because remember that your face is going to be on a big screen TV. Rather like this, okay? So if I'm here, and if I'm still, and I don't blink too much, and I'm looking at the reader, and I say what I'm saying, it's quite interesting if I just keep still. The moment I start doing all of this, it's sort of, you lose in that frame, you lose like a lot of the concentration of what you're trying to do. So you want a stillness for screen acting. With theatre, if you imagine that screen's not there and I'm on a stage right now, you can be big. You have to reach the people in the back row. So, it's, but soft, what light through yonder window breaks? 'Tis the east, and Juliet is the sun. You know what I mean? I guess you guys know where that's from, right? You have to reach the people in the back row so you can be heightened. You can really sort of push it out a bit more. So it's heightened, your delivery. And the other thing to remember as you go, so that's TV and film in a nutshell, and the other thing to remember in the room is if there's something that isn't working for you in the room, so say the auditioner says to you, I want you to sit down for this audition, and you'd planned it standing up, and there's a good reason for you planning to do it standing up. Stick to your guns. This is your 5 minutes in the room. You've learnt lines for 4 hours the night before, you've driven across town, you've done your makeup. This is your 5 minutes, and you need to own that 5 minutes. So say, no, look, I really want to do it standing up, and this is my reason why, and stick to your guns. And if there's people making a noise outside the corridor, say to the casting director, would you mind asking them to keep it down because I can't concentrate? So own those 5 minutes and make that 5 minutes a perfect 5 minutes for you to do your best work, because they want to see you at your best. They don't want to see you distracted by the noise outside. It's just a wasted several hours of your life, and theirs. They want to see you be amazing, so control the room when you go in. Be very polite, but control the room.
Another question over here.